problem that bothers me, you says Black Lives Matter. I've worked here part-time. Plus, I'm a part owner of this store. You said Black Lives Matter. Why don't you choke me? I'm black.
Tell him, sister.
Look what you did to my store.
Tell him, sister.
Look what you did to my store.
Tell him, sister. That's right, because I got they back. These are my dudes right here. Good
look
men.
At the things you done.
What's going on, everybody? I appreciate you guys pulling up today. We got to talk about it, man. As you can see here, this sister is upset because during the BLM situation, her store was destroyed. This is something that wasn't spoke on. And the reality of it is this: Black lives don't matter unless that life is lost at either the police or someone white, male or female. Doesn't matter. Other than that, Black lives don't matter. It's just business as usual. And the reason why I can say that is because when you see horrific situations like the situation we discussed yesterday, in Detroit with the 15-year-old young man who took the lives of two people that he didn't know, that held the door open for him as they were walking into the liquor store. And this next story I'm about to share with you, crickets from Al Sharpton, crickets from Ben Crump, crickets from Angela Rye, crickets from all of your pro-blackity blacks out there that will raise the fist and say, we got to do something about, all of these lynchings and all this other kind of stuff going on. But they're crickets. There's a young player, young man who was a athlete, had an opportunity to play some Division I football, and he lost his life over a ball cap. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it.
Man, when it comes to us as a people, I don't want to hear nothing that the CIA have done to us. I don't want to hear about slavery. I don't want to hear about no KKK. I don't want to hear about the government's attacks against us. I don't want to hear about no white supremacy or white privilege. Man, I don't want to hear about none of that we say are against us, because at the end of the day, black people are black people's own worst enemy. Man, look at, and I understand. And I've heard people say, oh, he in California, he should know what hat he's not supposed to wear. Bro, really? If I wear a particular hat, that hat associates me with a particular gang, and then I have to get unalive? Like, come on, man, it's a 19-year-old kid that was chasing his dreams, trying to do something positive in life, and a goofy took his life, man. At what point is my people going to realize you hurt you more than any other race do? You unalive you more than any other race do. You create obstacles for yourself more than any other race do. I'm gonna be honest, man. Hate is a strong word, but I'm gonna just say it. I hate gang culture.
I'm gonna take it a step further and not only say I hate gang culture, because I definitely do. I hate hood culture. I hate ghetto culture. I hate this ratchet culture that they try to pass off as black culture. It's not, but I hate that as well. This is ridiculous.
I hate rap culture. I hate hood culture, because it's the very aspects that are the biggest enemies and threats to us. When I first saw this, man, I just shook my head. Black man, you gotta grow up. Black man, you gotta grow up. Our communities are the way they are because the black man ain't grow up. Our children are the way they are because the black man ain't present or haven't grew up. And it's not all of them, because I'm a black man and I raise all my kids.
Same here.
But for the most part, the black man ain't there. Our church is the way they are because the black man ain't grew up. We got gang culture because the black man don't want to grow up and take responsibilities and be a man. This is senseless and sad. I pray whoever did this, they catch him and put him under the jail. This kid lost his life for a hat, man. We are our own worst enemies. Y'all know I don't cuss. Y'all pardon me on that one, but we are our own worst enemies.
He ain't lying. I just watched the video earlier today on X, in the hood out in Chicago, and it's nothing but these ratchet hood rats beating the heck out of some young person. They didn't show his face or anything like that. You just like, what? I mean, they done brought out 2x4s and everything, and people just kind of walking by casually like this is just par for the course, just a normal thing. The culture in some of these communities, and really it's just a class thing. We can't say that it is, a black culture or anything along those lines. This is class. and it's classless behavior, to be honest with you. And yet you would have folks try to, tell you that, oh, this is black culture. No, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. You need to see these people, man. They need Christ. They need to get into the word. They need to be baptized. They need to be filled with the Holy Spirit and hope that they will change, repent, and turn away from their wicked ways. Because if not, you're going to continue to see more and more of this, and it's going to get worse and worse. The sad part about LA is that there have been people that have created videos on TikTok about the type of hats that you can and can't wear, what you can and can put on out there. And if you violate, there's consequences, which is sad. That shouldn't even be the thing. But it is out in LA. That's why I have 0 intent on going out there.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if you black first and you're more black than you are Christian, you're not a Christian.
That's bold. That's bold, Pastor.
I asked him, I said, listen, based on what I'm hearing you say, do you interpret the Bible through the lens of your blackness? And he said, absolutely. He said, if you don't, then we are serving two different governments. Wow. That church, by and large, votes in the same exact direction as atheists.
He said that the black church votes, by and large, in the same direction as atheists. Wow. He ain't lying, though. He ain't lying. Vince Everett Ellison is talking about the Iron Triangle for quite some time. For those that aren't familiar, you definitely should check it out. But the Iron Triangle is your black community organizer, your black politician, and your black pastor. I just did a video earlier today on black pastors in support of, El Said up in Michigan to continue to support the Democrat Party. They're on board with this communist Marxist ideology. They're on board with it. And again, that's why I say we have to remove ourselves from this racial conversation about, oh, I'm black and I got to stand with the culture and all this other kind of stuff. Man, you better pick up a Bible and you better stand with Christ, because following these colors, whether it's other side of things with the neo-Nazis and those types, or, the Black Lives Matter types, you know what I'm saying? Both directions will lead you straight to hell. Simple as that. People need to get off of this, and definitely get off this Democrat plantation. It's not taking you anywhere good.
I do not think people really realize what is on the line. You will lose your health insurance if the other candidate gets in office. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is what Medicare for All means. So if you enjoy going to ER now and sitting for 6 hours, get ready to enjoy that a whole lot longer, because you may be sitting there for 6 weeks. That means you will be in a clinic, in a hospital, wherever they say that you go. Once again, you say you don't want government in your business. Well, the government will be controlling your health care. They will control your doctors. They will control your medication. They will control your visits. They will control everything. So if for no other reason, common sense prevails that Mike Rogers is the candidate for you.
Look at that. Democrats for Mike Rogers. For those that don't know, Mike Rogers is running for U.S. Senate against, El Said, who is a Democrat radical, essentially. And he's for Medicare for all, so forth and so on. He wants to, push this, free government health care, which is what Canada has. And that's why Canada has so many people losing their lives before they even receive care. Because like she said, you go to the emergency room and you wait 6 hours, maybe less, depending on if it's an emergency. Under their policy, you might not be seen for 6 to 12 weeks or longer. That's just the fact. Y'all better wake up.
Are you a Marxist?
Am I a Marxist? I think what I am, right, is I'm somebody committed to the liberation of oppressed peoples globally.
Are you a capitalist or a Marxist?
I'm definitely not a capitalist, no.
Are you a Marxist?
I think what I am is I'm somebody committed to the liberation of oppressed
But
peoples.
I'm asking you, are you a Marxist?
Again, like I said, it's not that simple. If you've read...
Are you a socialist?
Have you read Cedric Robinson's Black Marxism?
No.
No.
Well, I'm just trying to find out about
read
you. Are you a socialist or a Marxist? I think they're both pretty much the same, but which one are you?
What I am is I'm somebody dedicated to the liberation of all oppressed peoples.
And so you're not a capitalist, right?
No.
So you don't believe in earning your way and getting paid for your earning?
Well, I think the broader issue, right, is that people assume that isn't in socialism, or people assume that that isn't in, right, like other economic forms of being, when that's not the case. People work not only to earn their wage, but also too to earn their way into the community.
But not
right?
socialist people.
Well,
They are controlled by others.
well, time out. How about you define what you think socialism is?
It's people who want to control other people.
Okay, and where did you hear that from?
Common sense. When you look around, that's what
Time
they
out,
do.
time out. Is that common sense,
Yes.
or did you read it from somewhere?
No, common sense. I've been in the world for a while now, and I see how. I remember when the blacks were not controlled, and they are being controlled by the government and by other people who are insecure, and they need a sense of security, so they keep blacks down in order to control them.
Jesse Lee Peter is on to something. Jesse Lee Peter, he kept asking the dude, "Are you a communist?" He was like, "No." "Are you a capitalist?" "Definitely not." "Are you a communist?" "No." "Are you a Marxist?" "No." "Are you a capitalist?" "Definitely not." And then he goes in and starts trying to defend socialism. Why not just come out and tell the truth? Go stand on that. The reality of it is this, man. The communist movement has been infiltrating highly melanated communities in America for a very long time. Honestly, going back to probably the 1930s, there were some people that woke up. There's a brother by the name of Manning Johnson who wrote a book called Color, Communism, and Common Sense, which is a phenomenal read. And it's really not even a book. It was more a pamphlet, but it came out as a book. I think you guys should check it out. It's phenomenal.
I'm starting to realize why they call a certain generation the silent generation. They call them the silent generation because y'all silent about a lot of things. A lot of things, especially the black silent generation.
And James S. Allen further defined the Soviet Negro Republic.
The actual extent of this new republic would in all probability be approximately the present area in which the Negroes constitute the majority of the population. In other words, it would be approximately the present plantation area. It would be certain to include such cities as Richmond and Norfolk, Virginia, Columbia and Charleston, South Carolina, Atlanta, Augusta, Savannah, and Macon, Georgia, Montgomery, Alabama, New Orleans and Shreveport, Louisiana, Little Rock, Arkansas, and Memphis, Tennessee.
These cities, and the cities which lie within their spheres of influence, became known in communist writings as the Black Belt of the South, and were to constitute the nucleus of a future Soviet republic.
The reason why you guys would really need to speak up about it and why it would be so useful, especially for the younger generation, because if y'all really spoke up, then maybe we would be able to move past a lot of things. Maybe it'll be a little bit more easier for certain people to understand why Charlie Kirk said what he said about the Civil Rights Act. Maybe it will make a lot of sense why people say that MLK was a Marxist. Maybe you guys could really be vocal about the fact that a lot of the black leaders, the black pastors, were actually being flown out to Moscow and were being trained to be communists and bring the shit back to our community and bring it back to our country.
I'm Julia Brown. For 9 years, I was a member of the Communist Party, serving as an undercover agent for the FBI. During that time, I learned that the communist conspiracy had been planning and working for years to bring violent revolution to America. It was to be a communist revolution, but the great majority of the American people would not be allowed to realize that until it had already happened. If all goes according to the communist blueprint, Americans will believe that the chaos and violence has something to do with civil rights. Our enemies were quick to find our weakest points for their attack. They knew that racial differences could provide them with an excellent wedge to divide our people. Their strategy simply has been to keep hammering on that wedge, to drive it deeper into our social structure, to open all wounds that have long since healed, and deliberately to create new ones wherever they can.
Because we have been hard on the baby boomers for quite some time, and it'll be helpful if even you all would let that be known that that was a whole sham, that people weren't busting out babies like that. Most of the babies that came during the baby boomer era were incubator babies. Because I'm starting to feel like most of those incubator babies are probably in our government right now. Even certain phrases like "we shall overcome" was created by the Communist Party out there in Moscow. Y'all have sat by and y'all have let a lot of things happen and haven't said a thing about it. If you're still living, because we know that some of you are no longer with us. Y'all have sat by and we need to hear more from the silent generation. We do. So if you have a family member who was around that era, like around the 20s and the 30s, and they're still living, please talk to them and confirm these two books. Confirm these two books.
I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts on any of this? This was phenomenal, great information, and they're doing it again. They're doing it again. It's the same playbook over and over again. And the reason why they do it, because it works. You have so many people that fall for hook, line, and sinker. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. Join us Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. Come check us out. If it's your first time, let me know so we can properly welcome you to the show. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.